Inferno. I think Allman's in some pretty good form. I'm feeling good for ViCi today. It's a gut feeling, but I'm feeling good.
All right, well, we'll see whether or not your feelings are going to be realized or if they're going to be dashed away, just like many hopes and dreams within the Asia and ANZ region. We head on to Vertigo, and that is map 1 in the series between ViCi Gaming and Invictus for a spot in the grand final against Tyloo.
Well, here we go, Pilly. Straight into the action, as Invictus are going to be starting on this T side.
Like a bit of a slow pistol round. You're seeing Viva already setting up towards the gen. They're sitting under the stairs as well, Mac, waiting for the pushes. They're expecting some aggression from ViCi, but they're not necessarily getting what they bargained for, at least for the time being.
Not yet. Let's see what Zausage can do on Lurk here. Looks like he's actually just going to regroup with the troops over towards the B stairs. Jam Young playing at the close box.
That one flash for this execute here. Going for the 2 smokes probably on that side, try and Molotov off one of the positions, so they have to clear left angles. Now heading straight into counter flash, straight away from Jang Yan. He gets that opening frag, and the T's are trying to get in there to trade it, but he's getting a second as well.
Solid picks already, but he is going to go down. Now it is up to the rest of the troops. Kaze on a nice line, has the P2K to play with. Jiggling has that information. It is going to be Advent finding the headshot. Kaze as well, one for himself. And oi, it's a long job to get done here. 4v1, he's going to be tagged down 10 HP, and the aggression from ViCi is just destructive. But there it is. On the CT side, ViCi pick up the pistol.
Absolute shutdown. They don't even get onto that bomb site. As soon as the execute comes in, as soon as those smokes start to fly out, the instant counter flash and the peek out from Jam Young, Invictus just immediately put in the dirt before they even really get rolling.
The fact that Jam Young gets away with a second on just 2 HP is absolute ridiculousness. But a solid round to kick things off for ViCi, so let's see what they can do. Much superior buy coming into this one. But Invictus could be dangerous as they have gone for the deco.
Yep. Pistol armor with those Eagles. Zausage, he's trying to be cheeky, play above this smoke. Use it as some kind of a one-way, but he can't find the angle to actually get the peak. At least he's starting to get some control here, actually. Playing above this smoke, he's being able to spot out the ramp and secret, which prompts Destroyer to just push forward. Actually think he might have spotted out Zoking there. You can see he's posted on that angle. They're very well aware that Zoking's at the sandbags, but they don't have a Molotov to flush him out.
Potential for them to throw utility and then maybe isolate the fight with him, but still, that could be dangerous. So it looks like they're just going to use patience.
Taking their time.
Wait for that moment.
Kaze's got the flash up there on the A-bomb site. Just a question of when he's going to start using it. There's the progression smoke. He does come out, but well traded by Viva. He's going to get that M4 as well as the armor.
Still with 40 seconds to play with. There's 3 smokes and enough to execute on this A site. ViCi buffing up the numbers as Orman rotates over with that MP9. Kaze reveals his position.
Gonna get that smoke on the site. Both sides of the wall of smoke. There's the aggression though through from ViCi. A very nicely timed flash. And where the hell did Invictus go? The peek out from Orman, cleaned up by Kaze. An absolute shutdown again.
Yep.
As soon as they try to get on that bomb site, ViCi just picks that perfect moment to just shut him out of the round.
Yeah, Invictus didn't see it coming and maybe just overstayed their welcome, didn't get onto the site in time. I dare say that flash and the push would have come through the smokes regardless as soon as they heard that bomb tapped. But ViCi just picking the perfect moment. And let's see if they can do it again.
They got the MP9s alive, Mac. This is going to be a bit of a farm against a full Glock. Actually, two Deagles. That's my boomer eyes getting the best of me. I'm going to need to get me some of those snazzy glasses as well soon, Mac.
You want some snazzy glasses? I can hook you up.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of snazzes.
Very nice.
Yeah. Well, Orman going to be copping a snaz on the head himself. That's going to be an MP9 retrievable.
Unlucky, I guess. Maybe getting a little over-aggressive towards the bottom of the stairs there. Really wants those eco frags, really wants the HLTV points.
And Invictus, slow approach again.
Flashes.
Advent goes up off the back of that one, so good aggression to even the numbers back to the 4-on-4 now. Oi has not seen that one coming. And Zoking dominates middle.
The flashes are on point today for ViCi, just playing off each other very well. And that's a good thing to see very early on. It means the communication's on point. They're playing off of each other well. That's what you want to see. That's when ViCi Gaming's at their best.
It feels like a lot of the picks as well are coming off the back of just going for the information, but they're finding those picks, which we haven't seen a lot this tournament so far. But ViCi just have Invictus's number. One-way smoke as well for them to play with it.
The sense I'm getting from this game is that Invictus might be on the T side, but ViCi is very much the ones that are being the assertive of the two teams. And again, they're pushing forward through the smokes, completely shutting it down.
Done it again.
Yep.
Kaze, 2 quick ones on the MP9. That's going to farm up a whole lot of dollary-doos to get that AWP in play. But it looks like he might just go for the bonus round. ViCi, they've still got 2 Famises. No, there it is. So MP9 dropped across to Orman. Kaze upgrades to that AWP. ViCi look to assert their dominance in the first gun round. Invictus finally on a couple of AKs. Viva even going for the AWP early.
Yeah, Invictus should get a pretty good sense for how ViCi's playing at the moment. They're being very decisive. They're being very aggressive, playing off the back of these flashes. So we'll see if Invictus is going to start adjusting how they're playing. Viva doesn't even see him, Kaze. Not even on his screen, just deleted with a wallbang headshot. Some picks over on the other side of the map as Xiaosage trying to hold that ramp control.
Line, just whiffing that Molotov. So we'll have to hard clear the corner at the top of the stairs, but clears it out for free. Full contact. Might just go in all on his lonesome, but there is a bit of noise being made on those stairs on this rotation. Viva with the flash. Oh, Flying hasn't spotted. Who's that? Orman in the corner, and Orman gets the better of him. That is a crucial mistake, but Oi trades it.
Gonna try and get comfy on the bomb side now, Invictus. Putting the bomb down, Zoking the Molotov on the site as well as a flash over the top as he pushes past this smoke. But Invictus setting up towards the crate.
And Zoking unable to get through the line. Viva with a very tight one. He's able to slide it through and Zoking falls. But that is going to be good damage, at least done to Invictus's economy. And ViCi, they didn't overinvest. They had a couple of Famises in that round, so ViCi should be able to buy up again. But that was a nasty couple of shots coming out from the boys. Flying, I still don't know how he didn't spot Orman there in the corner.
Bit of 4-3 perhaps.
Yeah.
That's nice from Viva with that wallbang headshot to start off the round on Kaze in the AWP duel. That CT model has a pretty fat backpack. Probably want to be leaving that one at home next time so it doesn't give up his position.
You can see Kaze very, very cautious about going for that angle again.
Invictus, slow as ever. Slow and steady play from them. Taking their time, moving through the map. Starting to run the clock down quite a bit in most of these rounds. Really haven't been going for any rushes. Very much waiting for the aggression from ViCi, but now starting to move up the stairs.
The thing is, it just... this patience isn't baiting out all the utility that ViCi have to play with. Now we head to the mid-round. You can see Invictus looking like they're getting ready to go to the B site, but that bomb's still down over towards the bridge there. Over near ladder room, and nice line found, but Flying hits it.
He's doing his stuff, you know, like he might be 3 for 4, but he's just walking up by himself, getting these entries, and this is pulling the rotation, spreading the CTs a little bit thinner. Drops the smoke, drops that flash. I thought he was going to get out of there, but Orman cleans him out. Now Invictus starting to walk towards the ramp. Kaze's posted up towards Secret, so if anyone steps in that part of the map, that's going to be an opener from the CTs. And Zoking's trying to hold tight on the site. He drops his Molotov, buys some time. That's a nice opener for Kaze.
Freebie and the second as well. This should be a ViCi round from here. 1v3, and Xiaosage has a long job to get done, but he's not going to be able to connect. Great utility coming in there as Jamyoung gets sent forward, and that is going to be 4 found on the board for ViCi. 3-round lead.
Yeah, very nicely done. Couple of kills going the way of Invictus towards the end there. It means only 3 players survive on that CT side. So, like you said, in that first gun round, it's a good job that Invictus gets across the line because that's at least going to keep the CT economy in check a little bit. If they can further get some picks in this round, they've invested in quite a few deagles, some sets of armor. That would help their cause even more. But ViCi, I'd say, at least in terms of the round count, firmly in control of this game. The question is, how far can they put themselves ahead by securing that economy control?
So far, so good. Let's see if Invictus can cause an upset with the Deegs again. Wait, looking to clear out mid, but Orman in a solid off angle here. Well, spotted on the drop down. Invictus might have a chance to take this mid control. But Jamyoung's there as well. Has some util to send Orman back in this position. But it is going to be Destroyer finding the opening. That's over on the B site. Traded out though as Oi Goes down at mid. And Zoking, he's gone on the aggressive play. Finds another kill.
The repeat, so ballsy from Zoking. Definitely could be going down there to some Deagles, and he's even sticking around for a little bit more. I'm not sure if he wants anything to do with this, but nicely done. Placing safely. He's going to drop that Molotov. They're going to push through it, actually, and try and hunt him down, but he does get away.
I think the molly bounced off that bit of wood at the bridge. Just went a little bit too deep. But Viva, oh, he has not been spotted and could get the better of Kaze.
No.
There it is. That's going to be an AWP retrievable, and that is now danger territory in the 3v1. 3v2, rather.
Edging up onto these lines, seeing if he can isolate Jam Young if he goes a little bit too wide. He definitely seen him.
Now he's all alone. Destroyer traded out there, but he's done some extra damage and going straight for this bomb plant on the off angle. But Ormond locked straight onto the sound that he's heard. And that is going to be another on the board for ViCi. So it got dangerous and great damage done regardless. Just a couple of Deagles bought.
You're absolutely right, Mac. That's very, very expensive for the CT economy. We're going to have to buy up here, but not much money left in the bank accounts after all is said and done. So Invictus, they might be behind a couple of rounds, but if they can secure this one, they could potentially get 2 on the trot if the CTs have to take a save in the next to start to close this ground gap. AWP duel seems pretty critical time and time again. Kaze and Viva always sizing up this ramp control.
Zoking gets into an aggressive position down on the bottom of Scaff. Kaze, able to hold the line as well, so nice little crossfire, little bait and switch setup, which can be played here for ViCi. Nothing too much happening on the other side of the map.
There's all these like micro battles, like flying, going towards that B site, trying to take some duels with Orman rather, and Advent time and time again. It's Oi as well as Jam Young in middle that are trying to take fights. It's just little groups of players trying to find entries up against each other. Now the T's turn their attention back towards this B side of the map.
Advent so blind there, but does have the cover of the box on site. It's going to be spammed through that smoke. Jam Young able to at least get a bit of redemption. Now it is going to be Oi on a very long rotation coming in through T-spawn, but it might just be the double back. 40 seconds, and Vertigo allows for these fast rotations back to the other side of the map. However, Kaze, he's still here, and he's heard all these footsteps just bellowing straight up ramp now. Let's see if he can deny anything at elbow. Ooh. There's the first, the equalizer, 2v2 now. But does he expect the second man coming through? AWP and Viva gets the better of Kaze. Now it's going to be Jam Young in that 1v2.
He's mistimed that a little bit, but Jam Young up on the flank, if unchecked, could find a bit of a surprise factor on both of these players. I think he's finding the timing for it. Starts to sneak up the ramp, but both of these Invictus players backing away towards Secret.
Oh, and in this position, flying surely isn't going to be ready for it so high up. But now he's been spotted, Jam Young. Able to drop the smoke onto the bomb, and with this, he tapped it. Tries to reposition, finds the first, and could have had the spray down, but Flying is on fire today, finding himself a 4K in round number 7. That is exactly what he needs to really have a big day and keep Invictus in the game.
That's massive amounts of impact from Flying. He's getting kills all over the place, going up into that B site, finds a frag, kills one on the flank there, then in that 2vx with Viva. Manages to have a massive amount of impact, resetting that CT economy. That's going to start to close the round gap. It's only a couple of kills, but it means a lot in the context of this half.
Have a look at this, though. Sage has been very crucial in Invictus' victory yesterday, and a lot of the damage done on the previous day as well. He's had a good tournament so far, but at the moment, still yet to get on the board. So, bit of a rough day at the office for him so far, but there's still a half of the half to go. I think we'd call that a quarter.
A force buy from ViCi. This is a bit weird. I guess they feel like the money on Invictus is quite low. What do you do? What do you do with the force buy if you're ViCi here? Do you try and aggress ramp, or try and aggress stairs, or maybe both? Try to get some aim duels and take some map control pretty fast. Take those engagements in the closer parts of the map, because you definitely don't want to be sitting back on either of the sites with just pistols. That's not going to be going too favorably for you.
Go top stairs, try and set up a crossfire on that B site, maybe give up some mid control, which Jam Young is not going to be doing. He just got caught on the edge of the wall there. I think there was a janky little box that he wasn't aware of. And Orman looks like aggression has found one, another from Kaze who's pushed straight through, and he's going to go straight through that smoke as well, back into CT. This wrap from Invictus, it looks good, but unfortunately it's just dished out so much damage already. Viva needs to cover, but the aggression from Kaze missed the mark. CZ unable to get that one done. It's going to be Zoking coming on the flank, brings it to the 1-on-1 from that 1v2, but he needs to take on Viva, and Viva is on fire with the AWP right now, not missing many shots at all.
Viva keeping Invictus alive with yet another crucial shot with that AWP. If Invictus lose that round, they are pretty broke, and ViCi actually takes control of that half. That was a big, risky buy from ViCi, all things considered, in that last round. Doesn't quite pay off for them, but does a lot of damage now in this round. Upgrade 1 or 2 pistols, maybe try and do a little bit more damage to that T-side economy before you buy up in the next. All about keeping that T-side resettable. Difficult to do at times, but this is one of the windows where they can make it happen.
Lower approach from Invictus this time, not wanting to overcommit to any side of the map, but should be aware that ViCi down on those pistols again. Looks like they will be targeting the A site. We do have a double boost, yeah, 2-man boost over towards the elbow.
Not too bad of a approach here from Invictus. Anti-eco just mollying out some of those cheeky positions.
I like this.
Trying to go for this solid anti-eco, but we will see if this boost actually catches anyone off guard here.
It's only good if someone walks onto that line, though.
You don't really go there, do you?
Not a lot of time. Some do, but this time he's going to be flying, just finding both the three, Kaze and Zoking. The trap was foiled, and it is going to be Advent and Orman to try and clutch it out, but Invictus looking good to secure themselves the 4th round.
Absolutely right. And very cleanly, might I add. Seems like they're really not going to be losing a player unless they maybe push the issue a bit up against this Deagle on Advent. Not sure that they're going to be keen to be running into spawn. And Invictus, after a bit of a rough start to this game, some clutch plays from Flying, some good shots from Destroyer, and Viva just clicking that AWP a few times, man. Nothing fancy, just holding some lines, but every time he clicks his AWP, it seems to be a very, very big and impactful kill that gets Invictus across the line. Good damage from Advent to just run in there at the end. Actually, still takes a gun off of Invictus.
Better than nothing.
Absolutely.
And ViCi were going to buy up here anyway, so his life was essentially useless at that point. But there it is, Invictus. If they can get one more on the board, we will be at a tied game. But ViCi, here we go, back on the rifles. Advent, even down on that Famis, just to make sure he can get the full utility across the line. ViCi realizing that has been winning them a lot of the rounds. You know, that coordination with the flashes, just getting those picks really puts them in an advantageous position.
They don't have a whole lot of flashes to play with. Unfortunately, a bit limited on the utility just with how the game's been going. And Flying, crucial as ever. You're saying he's a bit slow in this tournament. The man is on point today. A 2-man entry into that B stairs aggression from ViCi. Just shuts it down before it even gets started and now continues the push up onto the site.
Well, that's it. Turning up exactly when it matters. And let's see if JamYoung has anything to say about this one, because Oi found the pick onto Zoking. That's going to be mid that now ViCi have to worry about as well. And it looks like the save has been called already. JamYoung hightailing it back towards the A site with Kaze. And Invictus, they've done it off the back of some beautiful entry from Flying.
That was not around.
No.
That was just Flying playing DM. Destroyers following it up nicely as well. Both of these guys, every time they're just going towards that stairs area, they are finding success time and time again. And I'm starting to see why the flashes keep coming out for Orman and Advent over there towards that side of the site. It's because you're terrified, man. You can't just take a heads-up aim duel against Flying when he's feeling like this. You got to get him full white on the right time, and you got to set up the perfect set of circumstances to even kill him because he's on fire. That's
what it's all about. The man is hitting everything right now and made that, what, a 30-second round before the site was even found. But, whoa. Kaze gets away with murder. Invictus are going to try to close the distance, but I think it's too late. Kaze will survive, and JamYoung takes Zalsage down, who has actually managed to find one kill. So, cracking the egg for himself and getting himself on the board. There it is, 5-5 now. Let's see if ViCi buy around the save. Got the round loss bonus starting to work up now, so could be an opportunity, but it looks like it's just going to be the half investment.
Yeah, don't mind buying the pistols around the AWP as well as the M4. Yourself an outside shot at winning this round. Don't mind the aggression either, mixing things up, but that's exactly what Invictus are doing. Straight up the ramp.
Jamyoung can get himself into ladder though, and if he manages to get a flank off early, no, he's actually gone against it. Doesn't want to go on a solo adventure.
I think he probably would have committed there if Invictus was a little more aggressive up ramp.
Yeah.
Actually, the orb's gone down very, very early on. Can they even retrieve that? Where's that gone?
Over sandbags.
Oh no, he's gone so aggressive with that orb.
That is extremely unfortunate for ViCi, but they're going to try to get there. AK now retreat from Zoking. Let's see how his rifling goes today. About to go toe-to-toe with Flying, who you really don't want to take those one-on-ones with.
Don't want to mess with him. Jamyoung trying to play a bit of an off angle on top of the site, but the shoulder for Zhao Sage, too strong. Flying's cleaning it up as well. Another round that is not close whatsoever. It seems like Invictus, it's nothing special, Mac. It's nothing fancy. The guys are just going together. They've got some solid flashbangs following them up, some good spacing.
Yeah.
And they're not rushing things. They're taking aim duels at their pace on this T side, and they're winning them.
And that's exactly what they need to do to really win this first map. ViCi again just caught napping. Well, they will be able to buy up into the next. Zoking fortunate that he did get at least one kill because he's looking a little bit more healthy in terms of the finances. Kaze just on 1600 won't be able to get that AWP in play, but Flying spots that, and the repeat from Advent is not going to go well into the crosshair of Flying.
Don't let Flying on your screen. It's not good.
Look
not
at that.
Good, not good for your life expectancy, man.
11 rounds in, 14 kills. He's dropping 30 this game.
Yeah,
no matter what.
and it's not like, you know, usually you see someone 14 and 7 and you're like, yeah, he's just following people up. Look at Zhao Sage. The man's probably just running in, entering for him or something, and he's getting all these kills. Nah, man. He's going in first.
Yeah.
And he's just ripping the sights open single-handedly.
Going in first, going
That's
in
how
dry,
true alpha does it.
and just making it work every single time. And again, just not being stopped, getting into that short side underneath the stairs, and then ViCi, from that point, they just look lost.
Yeah. He's just doing it himself. You know, sometimes he has Destroyer up with him to give him a little bit of a hand. But he puts so much pressure on this B site just by his presence. And the rest of Invictus just get to walk around the map and apply pressure elsewhere. Jamyoung absolutely pooping himself at this point, trying to just shoulder that line. Doesn't want to get orbed by Viva, but Oi boosted up, deals with him. And again, this is another situation where ViCi's just reeling, man. They're at a disadvantage so early on. They're sort of just walking around, seeing what they can do. And Invictus, they're just like, yeah, man, we're just going to keep punishing you every time you repeat. The game does not look close.
Oh my lordy. Kaze gets away with his life, but I feel like that's all ViCi have here in the round. 3v5, Advent tries to go into 1-on-2 peak, and that is not going to work out for him at all. Oi's still lurking here, just waiting, and he's heard every single footstep, but Zoking at least able to deal with him for now. So we're back to the 2-on-4. And ViCi, they realise that there's probably not too much hope in the round, but they will find Zhao Sage on the lurk, who's got himself a 4th kill. Kaze on the trade, so it's quite important to get the AWP carried across into the next, but Kaze hasn't been having a huge impact so far. He was earlier, but Invictus seemingly figuring out exactly what ViCi were doing. And in this 3v1, no hope of a win. Kaze does edge to... Whoa, where are you? Oh, hello. I haven't seen this one before. MC, very happy with this. Pilly, are you seeing this? He's dropped off the bridge. He's down in the shaft. There's somewhere you can stand where there's no death box.
I've never seen that before.
Look at him.
At PilskyCast on Twitter. Hi, Reddit.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Reddit?
Oh, he's too good.
All right, well, he knows.
He's too good. How does he know about that?
He probably saw the smoke and was like, I know exactly where this bastard's going.
Oh, my God. You just can't escape for flying this game.
Flying's just on one. That was nuts, though. Good. Look, props for trying to save there, but looking like it is common spot. I think I'd heard of it, but I've never actually seen someone land on it without dying. And Zoking just flashes himself down the ramp. Zhao Sage has absolutely no idea what was coming from him. And that's going to be a rifle retrieved now. Orman overextending in the man advantage. Will blow it. Invictus straight back in and flying again in this position. That molly to force them off site. Flashing himself in as well. He's just going to be going all guns blazing, but Destroyer comes in to back him up, and that's one. Jamie on 5 HP is just hiding in that smoke. It is going to be flying, finding him. A bit of a spam. Now in this 2v4 scenario, again, Invictus looking like they're about to find the majority. They've certainly secured it unless Zoking goes huge here. Misses that headshot just barely. And that could have been the opening. Vikaze is also spotted. And Oi gets it done.
7-8 rounds in a row for Invictus on this T side. They're playing the game at their pace. They're being assertive. They're just going through the motions. It's nothing crazy. There's no sick execute or anything like that. They're just running a default and they're just finding picks round in, round out. Wherever the hell they want, they get the job done. And ViCi, they're reeling. They're going to have to take a tactical timeout now. They're going to have to reevaluate what the hell they're doing on this CT side. Because they've been getting pumped the last 7-8 rounds in a row after going up 5-1.
Let's hope the tactical is enough for ViCi to get back into the half, because at the moment, 5, it's a good amount, but is it enough? Their T side yesterday really brought them back into the game, but I have a feeling Invictus just have been counter-stratting ViCi on this one. And the counter-strat was just let flying out of the cage.
I think they're just running their default, man. They're not doing anything crazy. Trying to readjust this orb back towards middle, because Kaze hasn't really been having any good work with that over towards ramp. Hasn't worked out for him. He gets 1 for 1, but maybe Orman can dig deep. No, it's just trades everywhere. Well, going in the favor of Invictus.
The issue was Orman just went for the quick switch for no reason. Kaze didn't have any support because no one was there at jump up. They were too worried about flying, who has conditioned them to play 2 players watching that stairs area. And it's worked perfectly. So 3v2, at least a chance for ViCi here. Jamyang could flash Zoking to get up, but he's not even going to have a chance because Flying's put a stop to it, and he wants some more. But Destroyer trades it out, rather. As Flying, I thought he was good for a 3rd for the round, but it never came through.
As soon as ViCi change it up, it's just an instant read from Invictus. They just try something different.
Yep. It's
always simple, but it's always effective, man. Just the pace that they set towards middle. Getting the trades back and forth. Now ViCi, they have full loss bonus, but heading into this last round, they're going to have 3 to 3.5k. Dude, if you're not winning these aim duels with M4s and AWPs, I don't know how Famises are going to go for you up against these sharp AK players on Invictus.
We're not even seeing a gamble of any sort. Jamyang is getting a bit more aggressive over towards mid. There's a few times where he's been able to slide through unspotted, but then he's gone for a passive rotation rather than trying to flank it through. And it could have gone either way.
Well, again, seeing this slow pace in from Invictus. Looking for picks. Bit of a boost here for Kaze. That's a bit cheeky. That might be a good use of the Famis if you can try to find one of those picks. That could definitely make ViCi feel a little bit more comfortable about this situation.
You know that the Destroyer is down there on the scaffold. See if he goes more aggressive. This could be the timing. No, Destroyer not going wide. Oh, gun spotted.
Flying's just getting that kill again.
And there it is. The peak came through, but it was after the drop.
The lost Advent on the other side of the map will be traded back at least. No noise here for Invictus. ViCi have no idea what's going on. So are they going to push or are they going to hold their nerve here?
Utilities there. Viva missing a shot finally. Kaze plays around the smoke there on the boxes. It's going to be 2 for nothing on the trade there. Viva comes through, misses another. Orman able to shut this one down, and it looks like as we go into the half, ViCi finally get themselves a 6th round, but Invictus lead by 3. So this second half looking to be an interesting one. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a quick break to go to. Before we get into the second, we will see you in a minute.
I'ma show you what to do with it. Who's with me? Hands up. Come on, let's get it. Me and my hustlers ride. Let's get it. True gangsters don't die. We get it. I never swallow my pride. I'm committed. Tell me if you with it. Oh yeah, let's get it. Me and my hustlers ride. Let's get it. True gangsters don't die. We get it. I never swallow my pride. I'm committed. Tell me if you with it. Oh yeah, let's get it. Swagger on 100,000. Shades on at night, boy, I'm clowning. 300 with me, the scene is astounding. The energy is, whoop, my heart's pounding. Tired of the bottom, we want the crown, man. That's why we here, and you're surrounded. The air's thick, feeling like you're drowning. Handcuff your girls when we come around in. God bless the child who's got his own. So I fronted the money that put us on. Pay cash, no regrets. When it gets hot, I don't even break a sweat. It's nothing to a boss, and I'm a boss boy. Ask around there, tell you about the young boy. So I take yours and split it with my crew. Then we ride out, cause that's what riders do. Me and my hustlers ride. Let's get it. True gangsters don't die. We get it. I never swallow my pride. I'm committed. Tell me if you with it. Oh yeah, let's get it. Me and my hustlers ride. Let's get it. True gangsters don't die. We get it. I never swallow my pride. I'm committed. Tell me if you with it. Oh yeah, let's get it. I never quit. It's just not in me. I'm Teflon built. They can't penetrate me. I'm trying to get money. I'm trying to get fame. I'm trying to get peace. Trying to get rid of this pain. I'm just trying to get it before the party's over. So they call me lucky like 4-leaf clover. Man, I just want to show you what to do with it. Who's with me? Hands up. Come on, let's get it. Me and my hustlers ride. Let's get it. True gangsters don't die. We get it. I never swallow my pride. I'm committed. Tell me if you with it. Oh yeah, let's get it. Me and my hustlers ride. Let's get it. True gangsters don't die. We get it. I never swallow my pride. I'm committed.
Came from the darkest regions, wrapped in a cloak of light. Minus the focus heights, I'm trying to get my ovals right. Throw my ducks aside, I climb the mountainside. And when I reach the peak, the view I see will help me fly. Feel the pressure, but it's relative to the man I measured. No time for hesitation, finally time to step up. And when you're feeling deep in your bones, in your zone, you're fed up. You're close to the glass ceiling, keep it hooked up. See your dreams as a goal, that's how I'm seeing mine. Achieve my full potential, let all of the demons pre my shine.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DreamHack Open Summer, where we are in the lower bracket final. ViCi taking on Invictus, and one of these teams is going to be heading to the grand final to take on Tyloo. One of them is going home. And at the moment, we have no idea which way it's going, because it's a very decent half from both of these teams. But into the second, ViCi on the T side, can they come back into the game? I think they might be able to.
We'll see. That last half was very, very Invictus dominated towards the end. ViCi were up 5-1, and then Invictus turned things around. It's a very, very solid streak of rounds on that T side. We do know ViCi can be quite solid on these T sides as well, but Flying is feeling confident today, and you can see it even in his aggressive positioning up towards the crates, gathering some info towards those stairs there. Doesn't actually prompt to rotate. Viva and Oi, it's a more aggressive position. Does see Zoking starting to push up, so that's going to start to prompt to rotate. Finds the first pick as well.
Big spam comes through, and Oi's in a solid position here. Should be able to get that for free. Does on the flank with Jam Young, and might be able to find the bomb as well. Can he find Kaze? Minimal bullets remaining, just trying to sparingly use them. But Kaze at least will get the trade and maintain control of the bomb for now. Orman just waiting for this flank to come through. Seems to be fully aware that Flying could be in this position. Oh, but that silencer just hidden around the corner. Who's going to make the first move here?
Got to be Orman at some point. 50 seconds on the clock. The T's have to get a bit of a wriggle on. I'm just holding that angle.
I think it's the perfect position. Orman won't check it. Or trigger discipline allows him to almost get the second, but Kaze, quick flick to trade it. And he's going to be smashing his way to the B site. But with these fast rotations on Vertigo, the CTs, they're already here.
Drop the nade, might chunk Destroyer for half his HP. Should make it easy for him to clean that up, and he does. But has he bought himself enough room to try and get the bomb down here? He's almost out of HP.
20 seconds, taps it. Xiaosage just waiting and wins the engagement. That's enough for Invictus, and they will be hitting the double digits first here off the back of the pistol win. And now this is looking very scary for ViCi. Do we see the force up? No bomb plant either, so...
They're not really one of those force teams normally. Sometimes they'll force on the CT side on certain maps, but I think if any team's going to be a little bit more passive in terms of those second round buys, it's going to be ViCi. I think they really trust themselves with the AKs and armor in the gun rounds, particularly if Kaze's got 2.9 like that, and he's going to be able to buy an AWP in the next. You're going to feel a little bit better about buying for ViCi. And indeed, they do save 4 MP9s for Invictus. They're on for the farm, man. They want that SMG bonus.
Reading ViCi like a book right now. Where are we going to see the aggression? Flying's already starting to go forward over towards that B stairs area. And Xiaosage should find Orman for free. He doesn't finish the job. A bink through the box, not enough. Jamyung falls, Destroyer now just farming up 3 already. Almost a 4th, but always snatches it. There's Orman on 3 HP, 1 bullet will do. And there it is for Flying. Farmed. Invictus. 5-round lead.
And more than that, I think they've won, what is it, like 10-1 past that first start of the game where ViCi was up 5-1 on that CT side. And all that is just like, you win pistol, you win first gun round. So since then, ViCi's got nothing done. That needs to turn around now. They need to get off to a good start here on this T side. But they're going to have to win 2 gun rounds in a row. You see a bit of a bonus here for Invictus. Holding on to those MP9s. Already challenging Flying, though. Full confidence from Orman. The man's looking great, and he gets to spam through the smoke. Does ViCi speed up or slow down with that first pick? Looks like the ladder straight onto that B site. Nothing left. That's a really good cleanup of a bonus there, Mac.
Great execute, great split there into the B site. And look, the pick onto Flying certainly made that one work perfectly because he's the most dangerous from Invictus right now. Him going down first is just that extra peace of mind. But Viva and Oi are just looking to save the armor, save the kit, and all that utility into round number 19. But ViCi, they are here and they are looking to close the gap.
That's right, what they needed. That first gun round, just get the confidence going. You could see Orman, he'd had enough. He just charges straight up the stairs and takes that fight. He doesn't care who it is. Wants to try to create that opening. And that's the kind of attitude that ViCi needs. They've been pushed around for the entirety of that T half once Invictus started getting going. So a bit more pushback here. Looks like they're going to survive with all 5 players, which is going to be great for their money. That's going to give them a little bit more room for error, even if Invictus turns things around in this next gun round.
Let's see what they can afford. And if they opt to keep that MP9 in play.
Where do you take the MP9 if you keep it over? Do you go for a bit more aggression? Like I said, that's what I feel like you're pigeonholed into a little. Yeah, there's a couple of niche spots you can play with that MP9, but I feel like you've got to be over towards like Secret or the stairs area or something like that. Get in the face of your opponent to use that to its full effectiveness.
Yeah, like top of Scaff would be the closest range place I'd have it, but now Viva looking to really take a fight here, and there it is. He is going to be heard and dealt with eventually by ZoKing, but Viva hits back as well, and Advent falls. So 4v4, Jamyung may just flash his way through here at mid, wants to take the engagement, but Xiaosage, on that tight line, is still going to be hit by Jamyung, and he's here today.
Go, he's feeling sharp. He's even going to take the duel against Viva. The man's got no backup, but he just keeps pushing forward, trying to create these openings for ViCi.
The read with the nade as well sends Flying almost down to half. They just softened up. With mid-control ViCi, they've doubled back towards the B site. Jamyung with another. He was running.
Deleting him, man. Getting warmed up right when ViCi need him. Right when they need to start getting these T rounds on the board. Jamyung's having the impact. That's fantastic for ViCi Gaming.
Destroyer finds at least something. Now he will not be expecting Jamyung in this position, but on 11 HP, Jamyung
what is
with
that
another.
angle? Is that the ace?
No, 4K.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
On the way there.
That spam through the scaffold. But still, 4K, that's pretty nuts from Jamyung. And it's not like he was set up for that. The man, he went out there and he took it for himself. He's taken all his aim builds. That initial shot, that was real sharp. But still, like, he's got no backup here. You might be fooled into thinking, yeah, look, someone's there to trade him. Nah, he's running around in mid by himself, anticipating all the peaks from the CTs, so switched on, so clued.
And then even the last pick, the fact he was just in T-spawn, he's like, I'm on 11 HP, I don't want to take another fight. And someone just runs at him. Anyway, it's going to be a fast approach from ViCi over towards the A ramp. Early picks onto Viva. These Deagles not working out so far for Invictus, but Oi is here, laying in wait on the opposing side of the smoke here. Good elbow.
I like this approach from ViCi. Not taking too many chances, really. Just holding these angles with the AKs. Soaking. I think it needs his eyes checked, to be honest. Maybe a bit of a weird fading smoke there. Can't really tell sometimes on GoTV. Either way, though, ViCi, I think that's pretty stock standard anti-eco, really. Good utility usage coming up that scaffold and up the ramp. Just need to make sure they dot their I's and cross their T's. Don't lose to any people pushing through these smokes with the Ds.
That molly comes through to Zalsage. He's going to fight on it burning. Looks like it won't spread, so he can continue to fight, but there's a whole bunch of T's they need to get past to have even any chance in the round. But there's another for Zalsage. Zoking down over towards the elbow area. Advent is going to deal with Zalsage, and Flying now just wants to get as much damage done as possible. Might actually just try to save the AK as he gets his mitts on this one. Backing out, spotted. Crosses to his safety. But ViCi with 3 alive, surely the hunt is not worth it at this point.
Oh, you don't want to let Flying have this AK, though. The man will just go over the stairs and just start blowing people out of the water. I'm keeping my eye on him for next round for sure. As Invictus can finally put a really nice buy together, can get that AWP if they want it. I'm sure that Viva's going to be getting his mitts on that. But as for ViCi, good streak of rounds, really closing this round gap. But not only that, Mac, also getting that economy together so that they have a little bit more room for error. Because the way Invictus has been playing, especially on that T side, there's no way they just roll over and die here. They're going to start putting some gun rounds on the board at some point.
Oh, faster approach again from ViCi, just looking to show some presence here at ramp. Smoke's on the edge of the scaffold to allow himself up there. Zoking trying to read any Molotovs in that position as well.
Flying's actually sending Zalsage in there to try and go for some aggression, but that's the only flash they have on that B side of the map, and counter flash is so important on that site. If they want more, they're probably going to have to swap around with Destroyer towards middle. Jam Young working middle by himself once again, and you can see the paranoia in there from Invictus. They're starting to rotate away from this stairs area. It's just Jam Young, man. Just one Molotov, little bit of pressure, and they just hard commit to try and hold that area. Bit of utility here for Orman. It's not a full commit for ViCi. It's more of a play that they're trying to bait some rotation, some over-aggression. They're waiting for that counter flash play, which doesn't come out because Invictus doesn't have the utility for it. But Invictus, very little util left.
Flying's head, not quite spotted there. But I don't think Orman was seen either. So you got rid of that utility so he can go on the aggressive, and now he's going to work the timing. Big shots, and that'll be it. The entry is more than enough. Orman will commit off it, off the back of the flash as well, but Destroyer sneaks into the smoke. I don't think his shadow was spotted, and this could be the play that gets Invictus back into the game. It's a matter of timing. Kaze, he's going to throw that flash, which is the moment for Destroyer, but Kaze spots him coming through.
Yeah, ViCi wants nothing to do with those dirty plays. They're holding all the right angles. Viva, don't know what dimension this man's in, but that clearly was not a part of the map he wanted to be stepping into at that point in time. And ViCi turning things right on their head, right when they need to actually start getting into this. This T side looks flawless. It's the exact same thing Invictus was doing to them. ViCi's just taking it at their own pace.
Yeah, just like that. ViCi 1 round away from equalising here.
And unlimited amounts of money. Like, they are probably just going to have... I would be very surprised if ViCi has to take an eco the rest of this half at this point.
There it was. Destroyer went out of the smoke slowly, rather than off the back of the pin pulling. So, missed the timing. Was hoping that Kaze was probably covering the flank instead.
I think, to be honest, like, Zalsage, that last gun round, the man had AUG armor.
Yeah.
Like... Dude, Flying's got an AK. Just buy an MP9 or a FAMAS. I want as many flashes at as much utility, and I want Flying to go kill. But Zalsage instead buys that AUG, and he gets absolutely owned. And that puts Invictus in a real bad way. Yeah, Destroyer's got himself a D kill. That's good. But,
well, that was the issue yesterday, right? Over on Inferno, they just prioritized a lot of weaponry over the utility and then just got completely cleaned up by Ops.
not great. Really not great. Either way, though. ViCi, same anti-eco. And you can see why. It's damn effective. Invictus has got their work cut out for them trying to find any angles onto the AKs. By the time they see someone, they're usually white or just getting sprayed down because ViCi's got their crosshairs right where they need to be. There's very few options for Invictus. And that's a sign of a really good anti-eco. Well, all of the risk being taken out of the equation by good utility usage.
Well, just knowing that Invictus haven't been purchasing utility, or at least are going to have not much in this round on the eco, that's why you go to the A site, because there's nothing to stop you from taking the site. There's nothing to stop you from planting the bomb, other than maybe some aggression with some pistols to catch you off guard. But ViCi, they are ready for everything at the moment.
All right. If I'm Invictus here, I just go straight for that double AWP, because I think that's the key up against this style ViCi's playing. But by the same token, similar to that last half, that's what ViCi tried to do. So that's what Invictus, that's what ViCi tried to do on their CT side. Remember, they went for that double AWP and Kaze went towards middle?
Yeah.
After that tack pause, and Invictus immediately changed things up and went for that mid-rush and completely blew them out of the water. So they do go for the double AWP. If ViCi keeps playing this slow style, this should be good. It should find some opportunities. And I think ViCi, they are still playing the same sort of style. They're not really changing very much up. Again, it's Jamyoung working things towards middle. Orman's over there towards the stairs. Two-man setup. This time you could see the adaptations coming in from Invictus. They've had enough of this default that's been punishing them.
But Oi, bit of an overextension there. Caught in the open at elbow, and he will fall quite easily. So now that's going to be Viva isolated. But he's joined by Zhao Sage. Up on the ninja spot, but holding the line instead of hiding. If he misses a shot from there, he has no hope. He's done.
One and done angle.
Yep. Oh,
Invictus getting a little overconfident. A couple of kills actually going the way of ViCi, and what was a one-man advantage for Invictus is starting to turn around. Now Destroyer.
Oh.
He has to make something happen from this side, it seems.
Orman, he's gone for the jump peak, which was on the right time. Unfortunately, Destroyer repositions, and we'll find Orman there. Over at the bottom of the stairs, and ViCi off the back of that reroute back to A, and in the 3v3, Invictus know this. They've heard the rotations. They've already got two players here.
It's good util here. They can just do this full execute with what they've got, though. They've still got more Molotovs and flashes on Zoking. And it's a double AWP retake.
Viva misses that opportunity, though, just trying to fire blind, and Zoking hides on the wall.
All right, this is all the flashes, right? Especially this spot from Advent. Zoking's got to have his flashes ready. Zhao Sage also has 2 flashes.
They know he's here, though. They can see his barrel.
Help him, Zoking. There's one of them.
They just have nothing to force him out of this position at the moment, and they're just waiting for him to overextend. There it is. Destroyer gets it done on the AWP. But it's going to be the double AWP for the retake, which is hard at the best of times, and Kaze just playing around Zoking as well. It's just going to be them backing off. The bomb's yet to be tapped now. Kaze in that one-on-one, and Zhao Sage, he is packing his bags. 12 HP. He has no hope, no kit either. And that is going to be another round for ViCi to put them in the lead, 12-11.
He doesn't get one of the AWPs either. Man, this AUG is just really not paying off.
No.
Look, fair go if you buy it when you have a strong economy, but like when you're losing a lot.
He got the first pick. He had that line on the Jamyoung and slid it in through a nice tight line. But other than that,
I forgot about that.
Other than that, impact in the round was minimal.
Yeah, I think Invictus kind of threw that one in the bin, right? Like they had control of that round, and I think they went for the double AWP, and like you said, that AUG. You know, I take it back, actually. That was a pretty good angle on Jamyoung to get him picking through mid. So it was a good approach from Invictus, but the execution in the mid-round is where they really just fell straight over.
Well, that was it. Oi, he wasn't necessarily overextending there over at elbow, but with a man advantage, you kind of want to be in a position you can be traded. Flying, he's pushed up mid to try and get control and didn't expect the reroute back through. I don't know if it was T-spawn or up ladder, but one of those caught him off guard completely. So he fell, and that put ViCi in the driver's seat. So the advantage that they had was completely lost.
And let's look at the context of this, right? Invictus, you're looking like you're about to go down 11-13 against ViCi on Vertigo. And you're going into nuke.
Yeah.
like against ViCi Gaming. I would feel pretty, like I know Invictus plays a bit of nuke here and there. It's definitely not their best map by any stretch of the imagination. But you're definitely putting yourself in a very, very shaky position if you're heading into nuke and expecting to turn this series around.
I'm wondering if Flying in that position, who won't find any action in the round, is more hidden when he's crashed. Anyway, that's a question for another time.
This would be a perfect time for a pistol upset, just to get Invictus back on the board. Yes, it wouldn't break the money of ViCi or anything like that, but they need some rounds. They need something to get the blood pumping, get the boys.
ViCi on the Eco going towards A again. Invictus fully aware. They're going to go for the four-man push. Caught with Util out. Jamio's going to cop the bink as well. And that is 4 kills going in the favor of Invictus. And it's just Orman to try and clutch this out, but he's taken too long to pounce. And that's going to be rifles retrieved everywhere. Wow. Sage securing the round with the AUG. That was saved across as well. And Invictus, as you mentioned, get it done on the pistols.
3 AKs retrieved as well. You got to be happy with that. This game was starting to slide out of your control. If you're Invictus, that's the kind of round win that gets everyone confident again. Yep. Now you have the money behind you to where you can start to play a little bit aggressively. It's a big boon for you because before, yeah, you have full loss bonus, but when you empty the bank accounts and then you start to take some risks, you know, hey, if I die here, next round we have to take a save. We're giving ViCi Gaming 2 rounds, but if you win with those pistols, now you've got the money in the back pocket. That's where you can start to see this aggression come out. You've evened out the round count. And what was a bit more of a timid-looking Invictus can start to get aggressive, but that's where ViCi punishes. A fantastic flashbang there. Gets them that first pick. Another great flash. Zoking and Kaze joining forces together to absolutely crack ramp open. And now the execute comes onto the site as well. Invictus reeling, trying to make something happen. They're going to have to force through these smokes, Mac.
But Advent's fully blinded, and that's going to be enough. Sage makes his way back in. The fall off, Jamyoung. Okay, half HP.
I like this from ViCi. Orman's walked up onto that B site. They're just going to pump the brakes here. No point over committing. That was getting very dicey up around those
running
smokes.
Back. There it is. Orman finds the timing perfectly. Sage deals with Zoking, and they realize it's the split to A. But they need to deal with Orman first, and Orman almost finds the lineup, but Sage gets it done, and we're back to the 2-on-2.
Very, very tagged up CT players here, Mac, though. Jamyoung getting boots on the ground in the bomb site. Waiting for Kaze. If he can put this bomb plant down, set Kaze in that post plant, that might be alright. But Zhao Sage actually has 1 smoke. That could be a difference maker. Good angle from Jamyoung, though.
And he spotted Sage as well. Beautiful. As ViCi maintain that lead just barely.
But like I said, with the pistols, man, Zhao Sage, they've been getting pumped. This guy's got 10 grand in his bank account. Where the hell?
Yeah.
He saved, and then they won with pistols. So for 2 rounds, he didn't have to invest anything. Now he just drops an AWP and buys AUG and full utility.
Crazy. The man is absolutely balling. And I just want to point out, at this scoreline, this is where yesterday ViCi lost it to Tyloo. They just let it slip out of their fingers. So let's see what they do, and if they can, lock it down against them.
Well, again, it is this double AWP setup, right? This is where they had some good work up against the default of ViCi. But this time, ViCi, look, they're still going quite slowly, but it is emphasis towards the stairs here, and Destroyer's on the angle with an AWP. 2 players set up, waiting for Jamyoung in middle as well. I think Invictus has a good read here.
Destroyer goes in front of the utility, but is he going to expect the jump up? Advent, or Orman rather. That's going to be free. Destroyer caught napping. Sage may be able to go for the trade, but he has to get offside. He's in a rough position. Bink is not quite enough to get rid of Jamyoung. The damage could have been done. Let's see if Invictus can stop this push onto site. Flying, he's going to go off the back of the flash. 3-man spray down, and that's going to be Invictus back into the round. But it's still anyone's at the moment. Kaze in a 1-on-2. He needs to hit his shots for ViCi.
Things just getting so messy. How does Flying get the timing to come in there for a 3K? The off angle from Oi. Invictus has stolen that one away. It was a 5-on-3 for ViCi, but in the mid-round, they just rushed things too much. They're derping around on the top of the stairs, bumping into each other, saying, how you going? And Flying just comes in there and robs them blind.
That was ViCi's round. 100%. They should have had him dead to rights, but then Flying again, the savior of Invictus. But he can't just be doing it single-handedly. The rest of the boys need to pick this one up. Destroyer, you cannot be caught out like that again. ViCi, they've approached the site like that a few times now with the boost up. But again, an intense round as ViCi's economy is in question for the next one.
Yep. At the worst possible timing.
Same can be said for Invictus, though. They've lost the round loss bonus. Viva, this is a very dangerous place to be. He stays silent as he falls back. Rescopes, though. Surely ViCi hear it.
Zoking's usually pretty good at punishing someone who pushes this line. Just posted on the angle while ViCi goes back for the bomb. Looks like they're sizing up this B ramp position, this A ramp position rather. There's the one-way being thrown out right next to the crane.
And there's still another to utilize here if Viva doesn't fall.
43 seconds. There's actually still a ton of utility here for Invictus.
Huge pop flash, and Viva is going to suffer a grave defeat. Molly might just buy the extra time, and Zoking can't come from short there. You know, it pretty much has to be funneled straight up the front, and there's going to be some one-way smokes to play with. Full rotation. Invictus, they might just have the number here as Xiaoxage goes forward, needs the head of Jamyoung, but Jamyoung might just save this one as Destroyer falls. It's flying. Can he win it in the 1-on-2? Jamyoung getting that bomb down quick, smart.
3K in the last round. He's starting to creep up near the site, but ViCi falling back, playing that double setup towards the ramp. Jamyoung has the flash to be able to set up Orman to check this bomb when he taps it, and Flying does not have a kit. Going to clear out Secret now. There is a kit in front of him, and he actually goes and picks it up as well as a Smoker double flash.
Isolated fights as well, but Jamyoung at the ready.
Nicely done. Good discipline for ViCi. And Invictus, that's the worst time in the world to lose control of your money. They're going to have to take the single save here and try to play for OT. The flash is so sick for Invictus, for ViCi, and that is just another example of it. Zoking sets himself up for a duel with that ult. There's the tack timeout for Invictus. You were saying ViCi, they let control of the game slip against Tyloo yesterday right at that point, and then you saw that round out for Flying. My heart was sinking, but ViCi, they've gone for one of those tried and tested plays, one of those token advent executes up onto that A site, and it's worked beautifully.
Imagine if Xiaoxage just pulled the Flying and managed to spray that
third
bullet on the head. It would have been absolutely nuts, and Jamyoung, the savior of the round, would have been out of there. Different situation. So it all comes down to single little moments. Well, let's see what Invictus do. They are going for the half buy, and they won this just before to put them in a great financial position.
Yeah, look, I like this approach, right? You invest something into this round, give yourself an outside shot at winning it, maybe go for a bit of a funky setup. Actually love this setup towards middle. Will this work out for them, actually? There's nothing here, just a double swing in. ViCi! They've let that one slip. It's just an MP9 on top of the box.
And this is how ViCi lose control, but Orman is going to be fighting for the wheel. Deep Molly isolates the fight, but Oi here with the AK is going to be traded out. Now we're back to the 2-on-3. Xiaoxage 30 HP may not be enough.
They're in between a rock and a hard place. One on the flank. You've got the boost up on top of that little plank of wood. Beaver cleared out from the flank, though.
Oh, but the lineup and Xiaoxage is going to fall. Great defense in the post plant from ViCi to get them over to map point.
5v3 and then a 3-on-2 there for Invictus. Yes, they had the lackluster weaponry, but I feel like maybe if that flank player just jiggles a little bit more, or maybe they all commit together, ViCi has a little bit of more of a difficult time there. At the same time, though, managing to clean that one up, that got so dicey. I was getting so worried for ViCi. Either way, though, that's a good crack from Invictus. Now they need 2 on the trot to be able to push it into OT on their map pick. If they lose here, they're going into one of ViCi Gaming's finest maps, onto Nuke. That's where things get worrisome if you're Invictus and you want to be making yourself a spot in that grand final.
Oh, Xiaoxage too slow on the AWP there. But he will continue to survive on 22 HP. Now ViCi, again a slower approach. Looking to dot their I's, cross their T's, make sure they don't put a foot in the wrong direction. But we're going to see a 2-man push here, or a 2-man setup rather, over towards the elbow.
Again, it's going to be this execute that's worked so well for ViCi. Up against pistols, up in these gun rounds.
Can't afford to miss those, and Viva He does control this area for a moment and misses the second opportunity. It's a 4-on-2. Mitch, I think we're done here on Vertigo.
Yeah, look, the retake from Destroy with that AWP. He's getting some good wallbang tags. Jam Young is just burning him alive and spraying through the smoke. Gets it towards the end there. And now flying. He's been miraculous here. He's pulled off some absolutely phenomenal plays, but I don't think he's pulling off a 1v4 here without a kit.
Well, let's see how he goes, because he's got full utility. I dare say he's not going to use too much of it. Molly to sandbags. His position's known. Zoe King can't hit the shot with the AWP. It's going to be Kaze to clean it, 16-13, and that will put Invictus on death's door. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to a break, but the post-match is coming up shortly.